Hi guys, I'm Day, and today I'm going to be doing the Harbour Bridge for about 2 hours. I'm going to be farming it as quickly as I can and talking over every decision I make. Hopefully this serves as a great supplement to the guide that I may or may not end up posting ever. Let's go. Before we start, or actually as I'm starting, this is what my syndicate looks like. I've got a couple guys removed. Watch the other video. Oh god. Can we run? Awkward. Okay. Sorry, brother. Farming Harbour Bridge Syndicate at the moment. Alright, so here we go. Jump into Harbour Bridge, run as quickly as I can. My build is running around over 300% movement speed, so I go pretty quickly. And I'm just running until I count the Syndicate. There we go. Intervention. Gravicius pops up. He has only one option. Both these options are bad. I don't want to rank him down because he's already ranked 3. I'm in the middle of the bridge, so I'm going to teleport back to the start encampment because it's too long to run back to one of the sides of the bridge. There we go. Pop back to Lunaris Concourse because I like the angle that you have to run in on. You can go Solaris Concourse. I think it's a moderately shorter, but it doesn't make much of a difference for me because my build is pretty quick in the first place. Going in again. Ooh. I think I just picked up a haste mod with my headhunter if I'm lucky, which makes me move even faster than I already do. And as I run through, I'm building rampage stacks, which allows me to increase my movement speed and kill things quicker as well with the little fun little bonuses here. Intervention popped up again, fantastic. Kill Elrion. Yep. So there I had the option of just flat increase to intelligence or by imprisoning him to give more intelligence over time. I decided to go with a flat increase. The main reason is because I like short-term satisfaction. Here we go again. Lightning fast. Man, this is tiring. Okay, we got our boy, this one. +1 rank to Varici. And leave it alone. So there I had the option of either imprisoning Varici or ranking him up. I'm ranking him up so that when I imprison him next time, that imprison will completely fill up the intelligence bar for transportation, allowing for what I call a 5-turn block. Basically, how do I explain this without it being super confusing? Right now, transportation is at 90 out of 100 intelligence. When a person is rank, one second. Oh, here we go. So right now, transportation is at 90 intelligence. If I interrogate Varici now, he'll gain 5 transportation per turn. And because he's the only person in transportation, if I interrogate him right now, no one else will come in to take his spot. Ooh. No one else will come in to take his spot, therefore... Okay, never mind. Something... Oh god. Oh, people are... What the fuck? I sold that a while ago. Okay, that explanation didn't work because a safe house appeared. This is not going as nearly as well as I thought it would. Whatever. Anywho, I decided to run the safe house. I've got 3 rank 3s, Haku at rank 2, and Elrion at rank 2. Ideally, you want the leader to be in rank 3, but honestly, most of the time, I just don't care enough. Even the polished versions of the Scarabs, if it's a good enough leader, will still sell for a decent amount of currency. And the most important thing for me is to rank them all up as quickly as possible. Okay, kill all these guys. Alright, and the most important thing when you're running the safe houses is obviously to go as quickly as you can. No dilly-dallying or thinking, oh, what is this thing? All of that is just a huge waste of time. Cha-cha! Done. Alright, and we're back. I'm just gonna go here. Take my portal. And control click, open up a new zone. Here we got fortification and 3 people spawning. Here we have a great situation where that fled spawns. Corral will never spawn as well. Actually, maybe he will. Never mind. Ignore what I just said there. But got a great spawn. So now this is a big decision here. Hillock. Leo is currently in rank in the leader for intervention. I want to interrogate him, so Chimera comes and replaces him. Hillock here made a mistake. My bad. Okay, so what I should have done there is I should have ranked up Hillock and then imprisoned Leo afterwards. Whoops. Because there I did the imprison, but I missed out on a +1 rank, which is pretty bad. So should have thought about that a little bit faster. This is the problem when you try to commentate while doing it at the same time. Never works. But these are the kind of mistakes that you want to try to avoid because they add up over time. Don't want to move Win there. I want to rank up 1 to Verici. Okay, great. So +1 rank to Verici. See if Rin changes. Rin doesn't change. +1 rank to Riker. Leave Rin on his own. +2 intelligence. There we go. So there I ranked up people, which I can later imprison. While at the same time not increasing the number of members in fortification and transportation, which are the branches that I actually don't care about at all. So I ran to one side of the bridge and came back. I could have taken a portal as well. It's entirely personal preference, honestly. The minute seconds that change may make a difference, but usually won't. Again, looking for whatever encounter is, and it's going to be intervention. Elrion comes in. Elrion's trash. Interrogate him. Because he's a rank 1 member and I interrogate him, the next time I come back into this zone, a different member is going to come in and take his place. If he was rank 2, that would not occur. So as soon as we come into the zone, we should be able to see which member replaces him. I'll open up my Syndicate tab. Boom, Guff replaces him. Also not the best. Another benefit of immediately imprisoning them at the start here is because it increases the probability of research spawning in. That doesn't really make a lot of sense if you don't know what I'm talking about here, but you'll see later when we get an opportunity to explain it. Leo and Verici. Imprison Verici for 2 turns. Now you'll see for the next 5 turns, I'm guaranteed to not get a transportation encounter. The main reason is because the Verici that I just imprisoned is a rank 2 member. When you imprison a rank 2 member, no member comes in to immediately replace their spot in the branch that they just left. At the same time, each turn for Verici gives +5 to that safe house. So right now, Torah's safe house is completely full, which will give it a additional 3-turn block. So pretty good. Right now, I'm guaranteed to either get research or intervention, and it looks like I'm going to get an intervention here. Oh no, research. Okay, clutch. So this is a big turn right now. I want to try to get as many members into research as possible if I would be so lucky, and I am lucky. Rin, no matter what, bring him into research. Next up, that fled. Oh yeah. Okay. Don't want to make them neutral. Okay, so that was all right. My priority there should have been no. That was the right decision. I wanted to get a 3rd member in there. That way it increases the chances of research spawning in. That was my priority number 1. And then priority number 2, I wanted to get that fled to rank 3. I wanted more members in research because it would increase the probability of research spawning in relative to intervention. Because safe house branch spawns that, whenever you can. Oh yeah. Syndicate encounters spawning in is not dependent on a 1/3 probability or anything like that. Like, for example, each Syndicate branch doesn't have an equal probability of spawning in. The probability of spawning in is entirely dependent upon how many members are under each branch. So the more members you have under each branch, the higher probability that branch has of spawning in. And therefore you can rank them up faster. That fled getting rank 3 is my second priority, and then once he's rank 3, I get him into the leader position. I managed to kill 2 birds with 1 stone there, with getting him rank 3 and moving him into the leader position, which is pretty good. The only downside is I ended up having only 1 member in research, which would decrease the probability of it spawning in the future, which is not the best, but I'll live with it. Their obvious decision, bring Elrion into intervention. I do lose my rivalry by changing it to a neutral relationship, but it's worth it for now. Click that for no apparent reason. Okay, come on, come on. Fortification, kill 1 guy, 2nd guy spawns in, Hillock, Corel. Both really bad options, but I'm going to interrogate Hillock for fun, and don't want that. It's usually never worth it to imprison a rank 0 member. The main reason because they only give 1 intelligence per turn. That's 1 intelligence per turn, which adds up to 3 intelligence to a given branch, is not worth decreasing their probability of spawning in as a support member. If a member has been imprisoned, they will never spawn in to support any given branch, which decreases the probability of you getting the option to rank a member up, because the more members you have spawning in here, we got 3 members spawning in, the greater opportunity you have to rank them up. So I'm going to rank up. So if I look here, this is a big decision here. So Chimeria has no relationship with Elrion. Therefore, it's most important for me to rank up Chimeria first independently. I will still then get the option to bring Haku into intervention, because Haku does have a relationship with, I think, either Elrion or Chimeria. I can't tell for sure. I think it's with Chimeria. So 2 + 1 rank options. Fantastic. Switch for Ricci with Elrion. Nah. So their disorder matters. You will only get a +1 rank decision or option if 2 members dead on the ground are rivals with each other. If they are not rivals, you won't get that option. You will also get a +1 rank option if there are 3 members on the ground, regardless of their relationship. So, because I don't know what happened, I totally forgot what I just did. But basically, your priority is always to, when you have 3 members on the ground, do a +1 rank to a member that has no relationship with any of the others. Oh. Okay, hold on. That way, you can leave your remaining 2 members that are dead on the ground, the 2 members that are left that do have a rivalry relationship, you'll be able to rank them up. If you were to do it in reverse order, you wouldn't get that option. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. Give it a try, and it'll make sense when you do it. Let's see here. Another transportation encounter. Okay, that's kind of in the way. Clear that out. Okay, Perici. This is a 96%, which means if I imprison this guy, he gains +3 per turn, and that will eventually block transportation for the following turns. If I am lucky, I will get a fortification encounter in this turn, which will allow me to block fortification as well. Therefore, for at least 3 turns, I'll have both transportation and fortification blocked. So let's see what happens. Boom, called it. So I want to get Leo, and I want to, I want to do this actually. There we go. So basically, I brought Guff in there because Guff is straight trash, and then I imprisoned Leo. So while Leo is being imprisoned, let or actually rather, the better explanation is imprisoning Leo will max that out. So now I have 3 turns where I'm going to get nothing but research and intervention. Ideally, I get research, but at the moment, intervention is highly likely to spawn. Nope. Oh, shit. Yeah. At the moment, Rin cartography scarabs are worth more than Haku ambush scarabs, so the financially smart decision is to do that. So there was a minor mistake. No, I won't talk about the minor mistakes. There's always things you can do better. Every decision really makes a big impact on, how things go, and perfect. Because I blocked both transportation and fortification, I got this encounter, and now this is a big boy deal here. No matter what, I want to bring Corel into research. That's the most important thing. Cameria, ranking up +1 is second, and then this guy, no. There I was given the option to make Haku and Cameria neutral. I never really want that because I want to maintain that rivalry relationship so that if I get an encounter where both Cameria and Haku spawn and they're the only 2 that spawn, I can rank 1 of 2 of them up. The +4 intervention, not worth it. Okay. Bryn spawns. Varici. Yes, bring him in. Varici doesn't hold that much inherent value, but I can rank him up and then imprison him to gain intelligence into the intervention branch. Varici only provides Shaper Scarabs when in the intervention branch, which I think in the gilded form at the moment are only like 3 chaos, which is not really worth it. Nah. So I've been farming for about 15 minutes or so right now. I would say in terms of how well things are going, sorry, I'm like burping in my, I'd say in terms of how well things are going, they're going pretty average, not the best. Right now I'm in a situation where because I have so many intervention members, it's making it very difficult for research members to spawn in. So I can't get it that fled research area to, its maximum value. But I am still getting it here and there, which is pretty good. If I'm lucky, I'll get a pretty big intelligence boost here. Yeah, I got 3 members to spawn in. Okay, this is big. I want to bring in Gravicius into research. I want to rank. Oh, okay, yeah. Plus, there we go. That was pretty good. I brought in a 4th member, Gravicius, into research, so to increase the probability of research spawning in. And I got a +12 intelligence to both research and intervention. So overall, that's pretty much the best that we're going to get. Ideally, I would have wanted to rank Corel up as well, so I could have looked at the relationships and seen which order would have been best, but honestly, that was pretty good. Alright, kill these guys, and I want to rank up Guff, and I want... don't want to do that. There is actually a glitch with the Syndicate interrogation that I will talk about when we see it. It's pretty interesting, but I don't know if it's actually an intended glitch or if it's something that should be patched, but we'll see. We will encounter it pretty soon here, I think. The opportunity will arise. Okay. Get that flood in Hillock, so I can, let's see. So if I imprison Hillock here, or if I rank him up, I may get the opportunity to do something with research. There we go. So bring Leo into research, and now we have a maxed out research safe house. So it should be really easy to rank up research from now on because I have the maximum amount of members in there. The only problem is they're all rank 1, which won't give me that much profit. And when I say maxed out, I mean maxed out in population. You can only have 1 leader and 4 members in any given safe house at any given time. Guff, perfect. Because I ranked him to rank 2, I can interrogate him. And now that interrogation will completely prevent fortifications from spawning in for 2 reasons. 1, because there are no rank 0 members left to take his spot. And 2, because every single turn he gives +5 intelligence to fortification, which means in 2 turns fortification will be completely maxed out and it'll prevent it from spawning in as one of the syndicate encounters for 3 turns. So I'll get around a 5-turn blockage of that syndicate branch. And you can see that in effect already with intervention coming in. We got Elrion and Verici. Elrion's already max rank up Verici to rank 2, and interrogate Elrion. Why am I interrogating Elrion? Mainly because the reliquary scarabs that he gives is pretty much completely worthless. They give a bonus to the amount of unique item drops on a map, and as you know, 95% of all unique items are complete trash and complete worthless unless you really like IDing them and selling them for alchemy orbs, which I just don't have the time for. Sometimes I do run back and pick up the items that drop. I have my loot filter equipped so that it'll make a sound when something worthwhile drops, and usually my general rule is if it makes a sound, pick it up. Unless it's a veiled item, I don't care about those anymore. Here we got a pretty good outcome. We got Leo and Gravicius. I'm going to imprison Gravicius in the hopes that, no, alright, great. Gravicius is pretty much completely worthless in research, mainly because his ability is to transform one divination card into a different divination card, which isn't really valuable. Verici, perfect. Imprison him. Imprisoning him has 2 functions, one of them being getting more intelligence into intervention, and secondly, decreasing the amount of available members that can spawn in to intervention, which would therefore increase the amount of members spawning into research. Pretty good, right? It's all about probabilities here. And we got these guys spawning in. We got It That Fled and Hillock. No matter what, I want to imprison Hillock here. That way, It That Fled gets an option that may be valuable. Nope, it did not. Obviously, you do not want to imprison It That Fled because you want it to stay as the leader. But you'll notice that It That Fled spawned in, but only as a support member. And that's what makes it so difficult to rank up leaders, because they will never be the first member to spawn into any given encounter. They will only ever fly in as a support member if there is a relationship between those 2 syndicate members. For example, we run into this research lab. It That Fled will never be one of the first on the ground here. It's going to be one of the lackeys, right? So it's Haku, again, one of the lackeys. Imprison. I want to juice up research as much as I can right now because I'm desperate. I want to make money. Haku's holding item condition is pretty much completely worthless for me. Basically, when he is in research, he has the opportunity to add quality to flasks, so 22%, 24%, and 26% at the 3 ranks respectively. While it does add, a small amount of duration to the flasks, it doesn't really make much of a difference for me because I'm running maps so quickly in the first place. That extra 0.1 second isn't going to make or break my build, and it doesn't give me any money. So Rin spawned in. Feels bad. So basically Rin is really good if you get him to rank 3 or 2. Obviously he was the only member that spawned, so I'm not getting a +1 rank option. And the options that I did get were pretty much worthless. Again, another intervention. Elrion, Verici. Elrion +1 or Verici +1? I want Verici +1. No, I want Elrion plus... Nope. Verici +1. That way, I can trash this guy, or interrogate that guy, to gain 15 intelligence into intervention. As it stands right now, my intervention is in a really good place to be run, mainly because I have Chimeria at rank 3, which will give me 30 chaos per scarab, so 60 chaos in general. And I also have Jorgen at rank 3, and his scarabs are actually gained in price recently, mainly due to the release of bestiary orbs and the popularity of beast crafting. Therefore, his scarabs are worth, I think, over 20 chaos. So if I were to run a intervention safe house at this time, it would give me over 80 chaos, which is pretty good. But my main priority here is to try to get research juiced up here. My goal for, I guess, getting research safe houses, I try my best to get one every 40 minutes. If I can do that, it's a pretty good, it's not bad. Alright, and again, take note that because that Fled is the leader, he will not be the first on the ground here, right? So we have Leo, and then Riker coming in as well. So, oh, this is big. This is one of the things that I will talk about confusion here. So right now, 42% in the safe house, right? I'm going to +1 rank to Leo, and then I'm going to imprison Riker. Now, you'd think that, you know, it says +8 fortification intelligence. That's not true at all. It's going to give you +8 to research intelligence per turn. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why that is, but it is a pretty big deal, and you'll see that right now. So it went from 42%, come back in. That's going to jump up to 50%. Boom, 50%. So I don't know why that is. I think it's some kind of text glitch, or it could be an in-game, or maybe they should be getting a fortification intelligence. Either way, it's something that you should note of and take advantage of. It allows you to rank up members in other branches while still keeping your big boys in the desired rank, pretty high rank, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, +1 rank to Rin is the obvious option. And then at this stage, I'll keep Elrion there. Nah, fuck it. Sorry, Elrion, you're trash. But yeah, that was a pretty, that I got really lucky there with the Riker imprisonment. That's going to give me +24 intelligence into research. And then I got really lucky on the intervention right afterwards with the option to rank 1, or +1 rank to Rin. In a few turns here, I should be able to run a few safe houses if all goes well. And just another proof of concept. There we go, 58% to research. So pretty good. And another research safe house. So let's see how that goes. Or again, Corel and Hillock coming in. So no thank you. So what I want to do here is I want to imprison Hillock because I want to juice up. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. This is me being greedy. Oh, feels bad, man. I want those fusings. And if you're, this is the tab I'm throwing all my crap into for data. Lots of stuff in there, hey. So at the moment, I'm just about to hit 30 minutes farmed. So far, it looks like, based on my inventory, I totally forgot what I've done. I've run 1 safe house in intervention, which looks like it gained me about, I don't know, 80 chaos. I totally forgot. Over 80 chaos. And now I'm on the verge of running a couple more. Here I want to give a +1 rank to Riker. And I want to not do that. Couple notes about my build here. It's very expensive. You don't need a build this expensive to do this strategy. I basically just turned my regular mapping builds and added some movement speed onto it so that I could run Harbour Bridge faster. You could probably go even faster with completely different sets of gear. I made a mistake there. I should have +1 ranked Torah and then imprisoned Riker afterwards, but because I was talking, I wasn't thinking. Made it, and while it isn't a big mistake, it is something that does cut into how quickly I'm doing this, right? Because basically all I did there is I could have gotten Torah 1 rank higher, everything else being the same. So here, very nice. Research, if I'm lucky, I get the opportunity to rank up research quite a bit here. So we got Leo spawning in, and feels bad. Let's see here, 75%, that would only bring me up to 90%, not good enough. Bring Elrion in. So if I were to imprison Leo there, I would have been able to get research up to 90%. Not enough. Might be worth it next time though. Okay, intervention. We got Jorgen. Ah, God, Jorgen and Khmer become trusted. They currently have no relationship, so I'll make them trusted. They had a neutral relationship before that, and you'll only get the trusted option if they are already neutral. It's better to be neutral than it is to be trusted. Why? I don't really know. I just like the green line more than having no line at all. That way they have a greater probability of coming in across syndicate branches to help each other out. This is going to be huge. This should be the encounter that allows me to run the research safe house. No matter what, I'm going to get one of these guys to spawn in. Leo, perfect. Boom, there we go. Imprison him. This is only going to bring me up to 90%, but I still have 2 members left in the syndicate branch to spawn in, so I do have the probability of getting research to spawn in again. As it stands, everything has a chance to spawn in this time, so if I get a research spawn, it's going to be a pretty big blessing. Come on, come on. Intervention. That's alright. Rin. Sorry, man. Oh! Oh! That's pretty good. That's actually the second exalted orb I've gotten in 12 hours. So, 12 hours of farming. So, that's not normal at all. I don't think. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But you do notice that I'm actually killing a lot of mobs when I'm running through these zones without actually putting in any significant amounts of effort. Mainly because I've got a pretty strong tornado shot at the moment, in addition to Mirage Archer being able to kill these low-level mobs pretty easily. Corral and Haku. This is pretty big. Oh, what the? So if I imprison Corral now, damn, it's not good enough. I'm bringing Haku in. What the? Shotwalker. Bring Haku in, and I will do this. So what I just did there is I took a neutral conversion in exchange for +4 research, and the main reason is because next turn I can then imprison a member, which will max out my research safe house. Right now my research safe house is going to be 90%. or it was going to be 90%. Now it's 94 because of that +4. Now I can imprison any one of those rank 1 members to max out my research safe house, and that's going to be pretty beneficial, obviously, for very obvious reasons. Okay, Riker. Imprison him because I got nothing better to do. Hillock's going to come in to replace him, which is fine. I need to eat my cookie. Okay, here we go. And with this, I will have maxed out my research, taking about, I don't know, a good deal of time. Corel, you've done well, Corel. Thank you for your service. Get out of here. I'm okay with that decision because Corel only really gives me fossils, and at best I'm going to get like a dense fossil with a 7 chaos, right? And 7 chaos is not worth the amount of time it would take to rerun and try to get another research safe house for a better option like removing, I don't know, Elrion or Leo. So on this turn, research should be at 97%. Trash him. And now when I come back, into the Harbour Bridge, that is going to be 100%. So if it wasn't already obvious, it requires 100 intelligence per zone. Oh, yeah. Sorry. It requires 100 intelligence per zone to max it out. So you can do your math there with how much intelligence is gained by each member. Okay, so toss that in there. So what do we got? We got Haku, Elrion, all trash. So the only main thing here is my breach stones. Grab 2 breach stones, go in. So I don't really care about this, about killing the monsters here for loot or anything. They drop, you know, just normal stuff. Obviously, I'm running pretty fast. I don't know what's up with the zone, but there appears to be lots of rare monsters there. So I get pretty juiced up by the time I encounter the actual Syndicate. Let's see here. I could have sold that chest opening, but oh my god, oh, there's 2. But I just don't really care enough at the moment. Maybe next time. But if you want an additional set of income, you can post in some kind of trade chat saying, oh, you know, I'm selling research stash openings for 5 or 10 chaos each. I've got 2 of these. Send me a message if you want to join in. And you'll probably get a few whispers over a couple minutes. But sometimes I just don't really feel like doing it. So right now, upon my refresh of research safe house, hold on, let's see here. Oh yeah. All right, well, we're back. So upon my refresh of research safe house, I don't have that fled in there, which feels bad, but that's usually what happens. My first priority now in research is to get that fled back into research at all costs. So what I'm going to end up doing is imprisoning Leo and every other member that comes into research. And this is usually the most time consuming part of everything. Nice, okay. So I got Corel in there. It would have been bad if that fled ended up in there right now. So Cartography Scarab, 25 chaos. Bestiary Scarab, 25 chaos. Double Sulfites. So right now, 110 chaos. I don't know, 110 chaos. So pretty, not bad at all. So around 110 chaos from that intervention. Pretty darn good. Intervention spawn, Gravicius. Great. Gravicius is one of the ideal options to have in there. He gives the Divination Scarab, worth quite a bit. There's a couple reasons for that, mainly because divination cards are one of the most popular things to farm for. A lot of people are farming Tower for the Nurse card, Burial Chambers for the Doctor card, or Arcade for the Exalted Orb card. I think it's called the Saint's Treasure, I forgot. But when you combine divination cards with certain prophecies like the Monstrous Treasure or Bountiful Traps, it really adds value to that divination scare because you're just getting more divination drops. You're juicing up your maps as much as possible to get more map drops. Okay, that was pretty good. I got a Corel and Haku, or Corel and Hillock being rivals, which is, you know, one more red relationship that you want. And then I also got to block fortification. Another intervention spawn, fantastic. Unfortunately, it's not really what I want, but you know, live and learn. Run back. Okay, transportation spawn in. Riker and Chimeria. I want to try to +1 rank Riker, and I want to leave Chimeria on the ground here, mainly because I want to try to push him into intervention. Note that I got a +1 rank option that will only occur if they are rivals. So try to build up those rivalry connections or red connections between members. Again, every time I open my Syndicate board, you'll notice I have tons of red relationships between members. Allows you to rank up guys faster. That's the only thing I really care about here. Riker, perfect. Because I ranked him up to rank 2, I can then imprison him for a complete blockage of transportation for 5 turns. Pretty good. Pretty good. So if we pop back here, you'll see again, no one comes in to replace Riker in transportation, and transportation is now at 95% out of 100% intelligence. Next turn, transportation will be 100 for another blockage. Here we go. Research, again, hoping for that flood to spawn in, but right now the only person that's going to spawn is going to be Leo. Yep, as expected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to interrogate him with the hopes that the flood comes in to fill his shoes. If he does, then it's going to be pretty sick. That's kind of what I'm praying for. Until then, we just sit and hope. All RNG at this point. We got hacking. Feels bad, but that's just pretty normal. The thing is, it's all about consistency. As I continue to run Harbour Bridge, I'm going to get more members into other areas. Or rather, I'm going to try to push more people into intervention while keeping that flood on the ground here at rank 0. Oh, wow, that's not bad. I'm actually going to take that. That'll help me out later. The thing is, as soon as I get that flood into research, it's going to be trivial to get him to rank 3. As you noted with the last time half hour, the biggest problem was to actually get the intelligence in there. Sometimes I can get intelligence really quickly, sometimes it takes a long time. But something that I know for a fact I can do quickly is rank up at that flood. See, look at him. See, if It That Flood was in research, I would have gotten the +1 rank to It That Flood option there, right? Again, I'm kind of unlucky with my spawns here, especially in intervention. Only Gravicius is spawning in. Gravicius does have a lot of relationships with a lot of other members, so it's just a matter of not being really lucky. There has been talk going around that if you have trusted relationships, they will come in to support. I don't actually know if that's true, because in pretty much every single situation, I've seen people with rivalries come in to support. Here we have Kamari and Haku. I want to bring Kamari into research. Oh, no I don't. I fucked that up. I fucked that up. I want It That Flood into research. What am I thinking? I was going to say Kamari in research. Oh, feels bad. That's all right. See, that's what happens when you don't think through your decisions, right? If I had made the decision to imprison Haku and then do something else with Chimeria, there may be the possibility of It That Flood. Oh, what the? Holy shit. Okay, yeah. The option may have presented itself, but It That Flood moves into research, and I can begin ranking it up. Because I didn't do that. Anyway, you get the idea. Alright, redemption time. So Chimeria is 100% going to be the person that spawns into this room. And then if I'm lucky, I'll get various supports to come in as well. And I'm not lucky. Interrogate. Now, there is a 1/4 chance of It That Flood coming in here to replace the empty spot. Nope, Barichi. That's okay. Again, my current priority is to get as many people into intervention as possible at the moment. So here we go. Gravicius, +1 rank. Riker versus Jorgen. Riker +1 rank. Jorgen, nothing. Do nothing. I'll imprison him for fun. That way, if I get a research encounter next turn, which I may, it has a greater chance of putting It That Flood in there. This is probably going to be an intervention encounter. So if you reach one in the bridge and nothing happens, it's probably because it's intervention. There you go. Gravicius. I want to do this, which will allow me to block intervention from spawning in for 2 turns. Now you'll see I've got a pretty good probability of getting research, about 50% probably. Wait, what the? Yeah. Okay, maybe not 50%, but... Oh, never mind. So that lucked out. I'm going to get Varishi to be here, and then if I'm lucky, the opportunity to replace him with someone else. Haku comes in. I want to interrogate. In prison. There we go. So you can see, you know, after just a brute force attrition, it took me, what, 3 imprisons in a row in research to try to get It That Fled there. Now that It That Fled is in research and is the only member there, he will be the only one to spawn in, or he will be guaranteed to spawn in here. Obviously, I don't want to imprison him, but I'll take his other option. So now, stress-free, baby. I can focus entirely on building up It That Fled's rank, putting people into intervention and research, and then preparing to run my next safe house, which should be pretty easy. Something to note is that right now, I have Elrion as the research leader. Basically, my plan is to bring It That Fled to rank 3 before moving It That Fled into research by imprisoning Elrion. You'll notice in all of my oh yeah, that's pretty good. You'll notice, so I just got a +1 to intervention members and a -1 rank to transport members. This option will only occur if there is a trusted relationship between the 2 members on the ground. So that is the benefit of having the green trusted relationships as opposed to the rivalry relationships. But you'll notice that it's pretty inconsistent and can really mess up your board if you're trying to do something specific. What the? So you can see how quickly, literally in a few turns, that's mainly luck I think, but in a few turns It That Fled is rank 3. You'll notice that in all of the research encounters that I've run after, in the past, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, the leader of research never spawned in, Elrion. This is because Elrion will never be the first person that you encounter in a Syndicate encounter, or rather not Elrion, but the leader of a safe house. So if I'm running research safe houses, you know, Elrion might never even spawn in, so it can be hard to rank him up. Therefore, I'll only bring It That Fled into rank 3 when he has successfully, or I'll only bring It That Fled into the leader position when he has successfully reached rank 3, because if I do it any earlier than rank 3, he may never again get the opportunity to +1 rank. And that's a pretty big finding that will significantly change how quickly you're able to run these safe houses. Grisius, no. So again, I got the option for a neutral thing, for +4 intelligence. Not really worth it in my opinion. Again, another intervention spawn. Pretty good. Ooh, we got some big boys coming in. Leo, Haku, Jorgen. Haku's already in there. I want to bring Jorgen in there. Leo versus Haku. +1 rank to Haku. Leo does pretty much nothing. I don't really... Oh. Destroy all items of transportation members. That is one other way to form a rivalry relationship. So if you do get that option, click on it. It doesn't really do much, especially on Harbour Bridge. What the? Haku, nah. I have the option of imprisoning him. He's rank 2, so he will still stay in intervention, but I want to try to bring him up to rank 3. The Gilded Ambush Scarab is worth 20 chaos or so, I think. Whereas the Polish is worth about 10 chaos, so that extra 10 C is pretty worth it to me. And I'm not really in a rush to pump that one up. So Jorgen versus Rin, I want to bring Rin in there. Jorgen plus 6. Rin's cartography scarabs are worth good money, so I want to keep them. Personally, I don't use those cartography scarabs. When I'm running my T16 maps, I don't really focus on using scarabs or juicing them up all that much, mainly because buying the scarabs is just a huge pain in the ass, and I'd rather have just raw currency to buy things flat out. Jorgen, drop unique. Those unique drops, they're not really worth picking up. I don't really know the jewels, so I pick them up anyway. I know for a fact, though, this jewel is worth nothing. This is one of those jewels that you get at like a quest reward thing. Okay, here we go. Fortification. Who we got? Hillock, Jorgen, perfect. +1 rank to Jorgen, and then immediately afterwards, imprison Hillock. Imprisoning Hillock here, remember, he's rank 2, which means he'll gain 5 intelligence per turn, and because fortification is at 90 out of 100 points, I'll be able to block that encounter from spawning in for the next 5 turns or so. I don't know, might be 4 or 5, my math might be straight ass, but should be pretty accurate. Intervention. Ooh. Gravicius, Leo. Gravicius or Leo. Let's do this that way. Okay. I had the option of taking the betrayal option for one of 2 of those guys. I took the one for Leo. That way, Gravicius is the last one on the ground. And the last one on the ground will always have the bargain option. I wanted the bargain option from Gravicius because he's intervention. So chances are it's going to be some kind of bargain that actually provides me with intelligence or a beneficial effect. I don't know what it could be, but it's my ideal choice. So here we go. Not bad. So fortification still remains blocked, but transportation can spawn in still, which is not the best outcome, but transportation shouldn't be spawning in that much. Jorgen and Rin, great choices here. I'm going to give a +1 rank to Jorgen, mainly because if the opportunity arises for Corel to spawn in, I want to replace Corel with someone that's going to give me good amounts of profit immediately. If I were to rank up Rin, there would be 2 rank 2 members, which, if I were to replace the leader with a rank 2 member, that rank 2 member may never reach rank 3. So in my opinion, in intervention, 1 rank 3 member and 1 rank 1 member is better than 2 rank 2 members in that given situation. But that can change, right? Entirely, it's something that you have to decide on the fly. Yeah, no. So Gravicius there had a bargain option that involved removing all rivalries in the Syndicate. If I were to ever accidentally click that, and I've had nightmares about that happening, I'm going to reach a situation where I pretty much brick my Syndicate, and it's going to take hours to build it back up to that with the way it currently is. So I'm going to imprison Riker, and this is going to allow for a complete blockage of transportation from occurring for, I think, 4 turns, based on what I was looking at. So, yeah. So, oh, come here, yeah. Feels bad. So the downside is right now, fortification has a chance to spawn, but that didn't happen this time. So the option was there to imprison Jorgen. I could have but I didn't really want to. I wanted at least one rank 3 member. Okay, here we got a pretty big one. One rank of Varici, Hillock, this guy. Or rank of Varici because in research, Varici rank 3 actually holds a pretty good amount of inherent value. For example, I was with Varici 3, I was able to transform a 6-link Queen of the Forest into one with 3 blue sockets and 3 white sockets. So that's 6 off colors. And I was able to sell that for 5.5 exalts for a 2 exalt profit, which is not bad at all. So buff him up. So Varici rank 3 is pretty worthwhile. Okay, oh, and let's see what my timer's. Oh, and at this point I've just kind of passed the 1 hour of farming mark. And just as a general mathematics, I earned 200 chaos in the breach stones that I transformed from their basic form into the pure breach stone. I earned over 110 chaos in my second intervention safe house, and I probably earned, I don't know, a good deal in my first one. I definitely don't remember it all. So as a whole, that's, I don't know, let's just say 40 chaos. So as a whole, in this hour, I earned 350 chaos total. That's not including my raw currency drops and definitely ignoring that 1 exalt drop that I got. So as you can see, I'm not really even going as quickly as I could because I'm talking, and you'll notice that if you were watching this entire time, I did make about 4 or 5 or so mistakes, right? If I were doing it perfectly, I'd be in an even better position. But 350 chaos in an hour is by far a very acceptable amount of currency gain. Grabicius, Haku, Guff. Grabicius. Prison. Thane, Hillock, Cameria. Okay, nice. So what I want to do here is I want to imprison Hillock. Oh my god. What does this do? Yes. +1 rank to intervention, -1 rank to transportation. That is pretty huge. And I'll leave Cameria on the ground there. So that basically gave me a +1 rank to, oh, whoops, wrong button, I misclicked. Basically gave me a +1 rank to Haku, and a +1 rank to Rin, and a +1 rank to Corel, which is a pretty solid, about 30 chaos increase, just from that one option alone. So, very worth it. I imprisoned Hillock, which will give me more intelligence into intervention. Again, pretty good. You'll notice that research isn't spawning in very often. There has been whispers that research may be the most inherently rare of all of them, and that is entirely possible. I don't actually know if that's true. I think it's more so RNG, but who knows? Right, there's no reason for the devs to say, okay, because research allows you to upgrade breach stones, let's make it the rarest, right? There was no real way to know how valuable breach stones would be prior to League start. Or maybe there was. I don't know. Maybe they knew everyone would use breach stones to get to level 100. So we got Haku here, +10 intervention intelligence. That is actually, yeah, pretty good. Here we go again. Come on, Smoky boy. Intervention again. Gravicius, Tora. Alright, so Tora, I don't know what you're doing over there, but let's +1 rank to Tora and +14 intervention. Okay, so I'm in a bit of a pickle right now where I don't want Corel as rank 1. Or as a leader, rather. The Gilded Elder Scarabs have increased in price. I think they're about 10 chaos right now. But if I can somehow, you know, get him out of the leader position, that'd be a pretty big deal. But that's going to require a bit of luck, I think. You can see how hard it is to deal with leaders, right? This entire time, Corel has never spawned once. Oh, okay, so +1 rank to Highlock. Hillock. Leave that at that. Okay. So Rin, Tora, rank 1. And Tora, oh god, no. Oh, this is a tough, really, really tough decision. These are the decisions that make you turn in your stomach. I am going to take it. I'm going to take it. So, right there, I'm accepting a less than ideal outcome. If I were to move another person into the rank 1 position, I'd gain, hypothetically, an additional 20-something chaos. Or actually, no. Yeah. Well, let's say around 20-something chaos. But I don't want to wait like that. It's just not worth it for me. So what I am going to do here is I'm going to keep intervention blocked for 2 turns. So that's turn 1, and here's turn 2. And then after this one, I'm going to run back to my safe house or my hideouts, and I'm going to run it. The reason why I'm running 2 more is because I want to try to get research to spawn in. Which is obviously not happening. Oh, what the? Okay, oh, nice. All right, that fled in leader position. Pretty good. Or actually, I can just do it here, I think. Tough decisions, man. Tough decisions. I spent that entire time bringing intervention from nothingness to its fullest rank, and not once did Corel spawn. There's no guarantee that if I were to continue running, I would get the option to trash Corel. So while I have 3 members in rank 3, I'm going to take that. So, kill a div. Let me see. Do I have my trade macro going? Let's see how much this is worth. Oh god. Polished Elder's worth 3 chaos. Yeah, so at best I could have gained about 25 extra chaos. But not really worth it. Not really worth the extra time and stress that's associated with trying to luck out a Corel spawn and then imprison Corel, right? There's no guarantee that will ever happen. So it's best just to do what I can, do what I know. You can see that's a lot of currency that I just dumped in that tab. So we'll see how much that ends up being later. Anywho, we're in a pretty good spot at the moment with it that fled. Okay, so Gravicius is in there. Pretty nice. The only downside is Riker is the leader of that, so I want to try to get Riker out of there as soon as humanly possible. Because chances are, whatever I get from Riker is not going to be worth it. I think while he's in that branch, he allows you to pick one divination card, which is just not worth it at all. Elrion, it that fled. Very nice. So let's see here. Elrion. Oh, no, thank you. Oh god, these are all bad options. Alright, imprison Elrion. All bad options. There I had the option to not imprison him. I think I'm going to take it. I think it's worth it. I think the plus 15 to intelligence in research is intelligence I need. Oh, and we're lucky enough to get another spawn. So here, Varici is going to be the main person that spawns in, and then people are going to come to support him. Or not? Oh yeah, no, I was right. So bring Haku in there. Oh, I don't even care. So here's the decision that I just did there. So Varici was rank 3. A rank 3 Varici allows me the opportunity to do a 1 to 3 white sockets addition to any piece of gear. However, that's still RNG. I may only get one white socket if I were to do anything. I want 3 white sockets. It may not be worth it to have Varici at rank 3, but it will always be worth it to get research ranked up faster. So I made the cost-benefit analysis call to use... Ooh, I did the cost-benefit call to use Varici to gain intelligence faster, rather than RNG my way to possible currency. That would take a while to sell. My entire farming philosophy here is to prioritize consistency over everything else. I'm going to keep going for 17 or so minutes, making this a 1.5 hour run. Mainly because I need to eat. So we'll see how well this goes. So far, I think this is a pretty average run. Pretty good stretch of farming that obviously earned a lot of currency thus far. I think at this point, maybe, I don't know, I should have kept track, but multiple exalts by far. So Jorgen, Hillock, Gravicius. I want to rank up Gravicius because he's in this spawn. I want to rank up Hillock because I need him ranked up. And then Jorgen, I don't know, man. I'll keep you there. Just hanging out. No real reason to imprison him. When I'm going to imprison Hillock next turn, if he appears. So right now research is at 95%. Pretty good. And there we go. So as I said, I'm going to imprison Hillock this turn. Which will of course allow me to block Hillock from spawning in fortification. Therefore, reducing the available options of spawning to either transportation, research, or intervention. The ideal here is research, because the next research that spawns in will 100% allow me to run the safe house. Here we are. Varici. Oh god, so If I imprison Verici, it's a tough call because basically Verici is useless now. But this turn, I'll be able to run the safe house. All right, Riker, Leo, Riker. Sorry, bud. See ya. Bam. Yeah. Okay, I probably could have +1 ranked Leo first. I just got too excited. But anyway, as you can see, research is ready to run the safe house. And I'm going to take that option. Let me just sell this. Grab some breach stones. I'm running out of breach stones, so I gotta buy more eventually. Haku, Verici. What does Haku give me? Holding item condition. Wow. I don't actually know what that means. Is that a safe house stash? Right, oh, Chimera in there instead. That's fine. Syndicate crafting advantage. I don't know, what is this? Modified item to 1 white socket. I don't know. Stick this in here. What's this? Oh, this is a safe house stash. Okay, so we're gonna do something a little. We're gonna try something a little different here. We're gonna do what's called the scummy play, and I'm gonna do this. So global 820, opening 5C, 5 course left, PME. So all right, and just like that. Right, and that's good enough for me. I don't care nearly enough to send out another message. I don't have any friends that want it. And just like that, plus 15C. Right, you could do 10 chaos. I don't care nearly enough for that. So yeah, that's one other way to get additional currency. If I had 2 stashes, then I would have gained 30 chaos there. If I sold it for 10 chaos instead of 5 chaos, I may have gone 30 chaos more, but honestly, I don't really care. That's not my main source of income. It's just something that I do for a little extra currency, right? And it doesn't take too much extra time. Rin, hit that flood. Hey, hit that flood. Good to see you, bud. Anyway, +1 rank to Rin, hit that flood. You're staying down there, bud. We're back at the situation where we want to try to get research spawns. And we want to get that flood into research. Meanwhile, get people in intervention, rank them up, get currency. Throughout this entire time, hopefully you've gotten a better understanding of, what my goals are in this farming, and maybe it'll help you. This video here is probably never going to be posted on its own. It's probably just going to serve kind of as a supplement to my other strategies that I'm going to be talking about in the future. That sentence, that entire train of thought literally made no sense because I was not thinking about the words that were coming out of my mouth. I was thinking about what I was doing with the Syndicate. What I mean by that is, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you've watched another video that I posted. If you are not watching this video because of another video I posted, then you should watch that other video I posted because it'll actually talk about what I'm doing here in greater depth rather than me talking about decisions that I'm making. At the end of the day, I think Syndicate farming is a lot like chess. And that's kind of the analogy that I like to make. You need to figure out how each piece in the chessboard functions before you can actually do anything really meaningful with it. Once you figure out how to move the pieces around, then you can start going into the strategies. You can start winning more. And the obvious analogy is the Syndicate members, moving them around. You need to figure out what each thing does. The better you understand how to move people around and maximize your income, the more money you're going to make per hour. So +1 right to hillock. Don't really need that. Don't really need that. So put you down there. And again, I'm just going to go for another 8 minutes, so I hit that hour-and-a-half mark, so you can get a better understanding of how things go. But I spoke really early on in this hour-and-a-half, hour-and-a-half long video, that my main goal is always to try to get one research encounter every 40 or so minutes. And thus far, it seems as if I was able to achieve that goal. I managed to hit 2 in this video so far. And I'm still doing my best to try to get a 3rd going on. So, not bad at all. Or rather, I'm setting up the 3rd here so that in my next 40 minutes, I'll hopefully get another research encounter. If you have any questions, for the love of all that is good in this world, do not send me a message in-game. Mainly because it takes forever to use the in-game messaging system, and 90% of the time, any question you can give me, it's easier for me just to link a video that explains it better than for me to try to answer it in person. So Camarilla, Leo, Tora. +1 rank Leo, +1 rank Tora, Camarilla. I don't really care. Or no, I do care. What am I saying? Get out of here. Gives me the possibility, because I'm Princess Dora, if that Fled might come in to take that open spot. The best way to end this video would be to get that Fled in there. Oh, Corel, why? My hopes were up for a second because I saw that Fled down in that general area, and Corel kind of looks like that Fled. Feels not good. Okay, come on, come on. This is going to be an intervention spawn. If you reach one end of the bridge and it doesn't come in, it's probably intervention. They're probably waiting for you to slow down a bit. There we go. Haku, Tora, Rin. I want to bring Haku in there for the ambush scare, but I want to rank up Rin because it's good. And then I want to imprison Tora, which will give me 33 to intervention. How do I know this? Well, let's take a look here, shall we? 26%, 95%. About 95% is going nowhere, but that 26% is going to 37%, as I predicted. Okay, and for whatever, oh my god, I don't know what just happened there. Oh yes, I think someone else went. What the fuck? Okay, I'm a bit confused. I don't know why that 95% moved up to 100%. I do know why that 26%, Holy shit, okay, that I might have just learned something pretty valuable there. I think what I just learned is that if you imprison a leader, they will gain intelligence for both your, the branch that they're under and the branch that you imprison them under when they spawn in as support. So you get basically double the intelligence, in two different branches. Yeah, I need to watch that back and see what was actually happening, because if there was another member that was gaining intelligence for transportation, then that would, or rather, yeah, for transportation, then that would be explained. But anyway, we'll take a look. Otherwise, we can see that's now 65%. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And Farici took Corell's place there. So Haku and Chimeria. Great, I want to bring Chimeria into intervention. And then Haku. I'll just leave them there. Could do the bargain, or you could just wait that extra turn. Not really going to make much of a difference for me at this stage. Intervention Chimeria, Gravicius, very nice. I want to rank up Chimeria here. Oh wow. Oh crap. Okay, +1 rank Gravicius. Mainly because I don't really want to max out intervention right now. It sounds a bit counterintuitive, and I may never actually get the opportunity to, make Chimera and Gravicius rivals for a long time. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't really want to rank it up at the moment. My gut feeling is that because if I rank it up and run that safe house, I'm going to get more members kind of floating about in the open, which would decrease the probability of that fled moving into research when I imprison that research member. I want to have as few rank 0 members as possible at the moment. Okay, we got Rin. Oh, Riker, a bunch of dudes here. Riker's okay, so I will trash Riker in just a second here. Rin, yeah, see ya. Then do one of these. Okay, nice. So what I did there is I added a rank to an intervention member, and I removed one of the research members with the hope that that fled will take his place. And the moment of truth, yeah, yes. So I managed to get that fled into research. Wow, when by a stroke of luck, a research safe house has spawned in, or a research encounter has spawned in. That fled is obviously going to be the one on the ground here, and I want to bring. Oh, okay, well that's fine too. So if you don't like the options, you can always leave. So what that has done for me is basically, if that fled is back into research, I can now rank up if that fled without concern for anything else. And then when if that fled is rank 3, I can imprison the current leader, which is Farici, moving it that fled into the leader position, and therefore running another research safe house pretty quickly. Again, it took me like 3 or 4 tries of imprisoning that member to try to pull that off, which is pretty standard and pretty good, in all honesty. Pretty good. My time is running short here. This is going to be my last one for my hour-and-a-half or so run of farming the Harbour Bridge. So far, I think, I've made a pretty solid profit in that hour-and-a-half. If I were to go for, another half hour, I'd get even more profit. Well, obviously, the more I do it, the more money I'm going to get. But as a general sum, I think I've made somewhere between 300 and 400 chaos per hour, which is a very acceptable amount of currency. I'm gonna run back into my hideout, just deposit everything, do some recap. I'm going to continue farming this, obviously, but I'm not going to record. My voice is getting kind of tired. I don't really have the energy to do this. My age has caught up with me. Let's stick all these guys in here. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to see if Excellence has kept track of my profits. Okay, so let's see here. What's that? So 7,400 chaos to... Oh, crap. Holy okay. 7,400 chaos to about 8,300 chaos. I upgraded. So what? That's... I'm actually dumb. That's 900 chaos in the time that I have played here on stream, you might say. 900 chaos. 4 of that were tool breachstone upgrades. So 4 times 40 is 160. So 900 minus 160 is going to be 740. 740 chaos in an hour and a half. That's pretty... what the fuck? That doesn't sound right. Whatever, close enough. It's probably due to that exalted drop, which really spiked my currency. But it is a pretty significant currency gain during that time. An hour and a half for 700 chaos. Let's say conservatively 500 chaos. Even then, it's still pretty good. So you can see the amount of currency gain in that time. It's very, very, very satisfactory. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video helped you out. If not, then sorry, I did my best. Until next time, I've been Day. I'll see you then.